Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SIC Community Development Live Forum. I'm Clevena Brown. I'm not in my typical space, but I'm happy to be here. And tonight we'll be unpacking how youth leadership, community partnerships, and environmental stewardship are all coming together quite seamlessly to make a real difference in Clarendon. So, the theme for this forum is Crowned to Serve. So let me give you a little bit of background. So earlier this year, the Clarendon Parish Youth Council staged its first ever pageant under the theme Crowned in Community, Rooted in Service. So we all understand why the theme is what it is tonight. So it's more than just a showcase. It became a movement. So the contestants serve at the Bucknor Benevolent Society's back to school fair, and all five have now taken on the role of CCAM ambassadors for the Portland Bight Protected Area, carrying their service beyond the stage and into the heart of our communities. So this evening, we're in for a treat. We'll hear that story through the voices of those who lived it. So we'll be joined by Kadie-Lee Kelly, our newly crowned Miss Clarendon Parish Youth Council Queen and CCAM Ambassador. We also have Termario Daniels, who is the president of the Clarendon Parish Youth Council, no stranger to the platform by any means, alongside David Thomas of the Bucknor Benevolent Society and Shajuane Davis, Public Relations Officer at CCAM. So together, they'll help us to reflect on how pageantry, purpose, and partnership can inspire young leaders and also strengthen communities. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this conversation. I'm so excited. So, to the lady who wears the crown, we want to hear from you. How exactly was your journey to the crown? Please make welcome Kadie-Lee Kelly, pageant winner and CCAM ambassador. How are you doing, Katie?
Good night. I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm excited to have you on the platform. And I see you're representing, wearing your crown and your
Yes.
set. We love to see it. So I want to ask you now, looking back on your journey from, I don't know if you want to go as far as when you saw the application, but your journey through the pageant, what inspired you just to step forward, to have that courage and confidence to do that? And how did being part of your community based organization prepare you for this exact moment?
Okay, thank you. So to the beginning of it all, it began in the summer in July. I was a part of the youth program camp in the summer for empowerment for the youths, and Termario was there, and that's when they started to broadcast the whole pageant. And I was there and I saw it, and I thought it was something that could help me to learn more about myself and to really and truly embrace who I am through youth involvement and community involvement. So I asked him more if I could join, and he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. He gave me the criteria and everything, and I felt so motivated and passionate to step forward and to do my very best in this pageant. Then during the whole pageant, no, there were times where I was like, I don't bother want to do this. This is too much. I just want to enjoy my summer, the beach and everything. But I couldn't, like, even the summer. I always look forward to church camp, and I had to miss church camp because of trainings. So it came with a lot of sacrifice that I was willing to take because I know that it would be worth it. So, how my community based organization, the Shalom Tranquility Donating Foundation, Shalom, who is the founder, she was there a lot of support and checkups through messages. Her office was always open to me if I needed to talk about something. She'd always check on me and to see if I have everything that I need in place for the big show or just any mental support overall. I remember the day before the pageant, I had my hair to do, and it was so much problems. It wasn't working out and everything. So my appointment got pushed back. It was too much. So I went to Shalom and I expressed it, and she was there to support me. She helped me through it, and then she just motivated me back. My mommy and my sister and my entire family, including my dad, they were all there to support me, and it was an experience that I think I would encourage other young girls to do, because it really shows you a side of you who you never expected, or it allows you to embrace the person you are. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for being honest with us and sharing with everyone what your experience was like. Two things that stood out to me from when you were speaking. For one, anyone who is interested in joining this pageant whenever applications open again, she said from the moment she saw and she reached out to Termario, it was open arms and positivity you were met with. So that sounds to me great, because if I'm shy or if I just have a small interest, I know that I'm going to be met with positivity. And something else that came out to me with what you said is you being in the pageant required you to have community for your own self. And you realize how important that is, that community aspect, right? So, with that being said, now that you've been crowned and taken on the role of a CCAM ambassador, what are you most looking forward to in serving Clarendon's communities?
I am most looking forward to the youth involvement. Being in high school has shown me how much the Jamaican youths are truly lacking in the involvement in the community, or rather just in school. So a part of my aim is to encourage more youth involvement and to be a role model to them, working with CCAM, which I'm very excited to do, to show them that we too, doesn't matter age, we too can also help to protect the environment, and to really and truly just involve ourselves to benefit our country and the development of our future.
Okay, so it sounds to me a little bit like that's I don't know if it's the same thing in the pageant now, but you I'm sorry, what did they call it for every the thing that you want to pursue in your tenure as queen, right? That's something that you're interested in, the youth involved. Do you have a name for it, or
Not as yet, really. It's still in planning, but yeah, it's still in planning.
okay, so it sounds to me that you have a deep passion for community, right? And I hear it the more you talk, it's coming out in how you're expressing yourself. So talk to me a bit more about your community organization and anything that you've learned along the way while being a part of it.
Okay. So, being a part of the Shalom Tranquility Donating Foundation, as a new member, I'm one of the new members of this year. It has been so much fun. Recently, I have been to their clothing drive, and not just the acts of giving out the clothes to the less fortunate, but also being around the people within the organization was such a wonderful experience. It was mixed with fun and care and passion for the community. And within the organization, as the motto states, each one helps one, is something that I have learned to carry with myself through my daily life and possibly in my near future as well. So I too can help others around me.
Awesome. I love that motto that you have, each one help one. And just a final question about the organization. Are there any upcoming projects that we can look out for? Anything that we can, keep up to date with socials or so?
Well, I'm not sure there or if I can put it out there,
Understood.
but you can follow the Instagram at the Shalom Tranquility Donating Foundation, and from there you get all the insights and updates that's necessary. Yes.
Awesome. So if you're someone watching and you're interested in serving your community on a deeper level, she plugged the Instagram. Please go and look and check it out. Someone commented, Asha Gale Hetridge. She commented, "Good night, Longville Park Police Youth Club PRO. Welcome to the space. We are happy to have you. And please, to all our viewers, comment, talk to us if you have a question, anything at all you want to share with us, comment and engage with us, let us know." So thank you so much, Katie, and we'll bring you back into the conversation a bit later, but we appreciated everything that you had to share.
Thank you. I appreciate it too.
You're welcome. So we heard about the journey to the crown, right? So we're moving into segment two, which is the vision behind it all, right? So we have vision and youth leadership. The CPYC, Clarendon Parish Youth Council President, Termario Daniels, will be speaking to us a little bit more about that.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night.
Hello, love your energy as always, Termario. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And it's such a pleasure to always be back here. It's a little family, an SRC family. Really appreciate you guys reaching out and wanting to hear more about this particular initiative.
Of course, there is always something happening with the CPYC, and we have to let the people know about it. So, talk to me, Tamara. So, reflecting on this first staging, I mean, it's something that's very positive for the parish, it's something beautiful to witness. So, what really inspired the Parish Youth Council to bring this pageant to life, and what has it shown you about youth leadership in Clarendon?
Well, thank you for just giving that question out there. For us as the Clarendon Parish Youth Council, our aim is to bring all the youth clubs together to encourage youth engagement and youth development in the parish, to give young people a voice and a platform so that they can better be able to serve their communities. And so this initiative was just that. We wanted to bring as many youth clubs together in a way that it is, culture to Jamaica. We wanted to bring a sense of community. We wanted all the youth clubs to be out there and represent and have a sense of camaraderie. But not only that, we wanted to empower some young ladies, especially those who are just getting in the groove of community development and community service and want to expand their reach. And so the planning committee, um, love them to death. They have poured hours into ensuring that this type of initiative takes place. And this particular initiative was very spectacular. If you were there on the night, you'll have seen all these young ladies who poured so much of themselves on the stage, as well as all the work that they've been doing in their communities.
Yeah, and it's really amazing because every time we have, your organization, the CPYC on the channel, something that always comes out is just development of the youth in a variety of aspects. And this pageant has taken on a whole new way of development because I'm pretty sure Katie could tell us when you step into that room and by the time you leave, you're completely different because they would have went through training sessions with you and your team who poured so effortlessly into the process. It's simply amazing, and I love that from your team. So as president, what have you seen in this particular experience that strengthens your vision for keeping young people at the center of community development?
What I've seen is that with youth leadership, there are going to be trials and tribulations. It is not easy in the field, especially if it's a case where you're pouring so much into the community. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that with youth leadership, it's voluntary. You're giving up yourself, you're giving up your time, and you're also trying to pour into others and see the best of the world, and not just the world, but the nation in itself. And so what this has really taught me is the sense of community, not just community within the general precincts of, where you're overall. It has really taught me that, having that network of persons to support you through everything tried and true in this field is what really sustains it and keeps it alive. And it made me realize that youth development is not for the quote unquote youth leaders. Anyone can be a youth leader once you're between the ages of 15 and 29. If you have something that you want to contribute and you feel as if this is something that everyone else can benefit from, you too can. It doesn't matter where you start, but it definitely matters how you're going to progress and how you're going to move through it.
I love the inclusivity that I'm hearing from you, Termario, because there is no cap on development. If someone is interested in the movement, I'm pretty sure all they need to do, like Kadie-Lee did, is just reach out to you. And it's as simple as that. And I want to go ahead and ask you another question, Termario. So, as you look ahead, right, with all of this knowledge that you've garnered, and I'm pretty sure the joy of seeing the execution of this project, how do you see the Youth Council building momentum on this first pageant you created and possibly to even have more spaces like this in the parish?
Well, for us building momentum, I think it has to do with us trying to get as much persons involved and aware of to the fact that this program is happening, and not just spreading awareness, but also ensuring that these young women are doing exceptional work throughout the year, amplifying the brand of the Clarendon Parish Youth Council, and really trying to let persons know that it doesn't matter how small you are, how tall you are, where you're from, you too can make an impact.
Right. So there's a space for everyone. And I hope this too aids in spreading the message. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Join the pageant. Don't let this experience miss you at the next staging because there's so much to gain and nothing to lose, right? So, Tamara, thank you
Amen.
so much, amen, for sharing with us on this segment. And we'll have you back into the conversation a little bit later. As an OG guest, you already know how this goes. So, we'll join
Right.
back soon. All right, so we're moving into another segment, community roots, and that's all about everything having to do with our community, our parish. So let's get right into it. So, specifically, we're talking about the Bucknor Benevolent Society, and we're joined by their Vice President, David Thomas. How are you, David?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing quite fine, thank you. I'm learning more about the roots and everything, and I'm just so excited for this conversation. So,
Likewise, likewise.
yeah, so I'd love to ask, looking back on this partnership with the Parish Youth Council, why was it important, for the Buckner Benevolent Society to be involved? And what impact did you see from having the contestants take part in your back to school fair?
All right. Thank you very, very much for that. So I'll just start off to say that it's definitely a pleasure to be here, talking about community involvement and seeing what's happening. As it relates to the involvement of the Butner Concerned Citizens Benevolent Society within the pageant, it was the project coordinator that first approached us, Mrs. Denicia Minot. So she reached out to us and she was a project coordinator for the pageant. After which we met with President Termario along with his team and we saw what the vision was. And coming from an organization that we normally are the one that goes out and interact with persons, we understand what it takes to jump on board and become a sponsor ourselves. So we're moving from being sponsored to now ultimately sponsoring something. And it creates an opportunity to allow youth-led organization to strive within the parish. It also creates an excellent opportunity for persons coming into the community for the first time to see what Butner is all about. Because our mission and our aim and objective is to ensure that persons coming into the community, Butner community specifically, can see the transformation, can see the transformation, can see the cohesion for the community, can see the support, and ultimately what we're all about. So that was everything that we saw. We love the initiative, so we just jump on board as a sponsor to to help the Clarendon Parish Youth Council achieve their first ever pageant here. As it relates to the ladies' involvement with the back to school fair. That was the first time actually I met them. So they've been practicing at the community center for I think 2 3 weeks prior to the event. And when I got there, they were practicing, or supposed to practice in the evening because our fair normally lasts from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So when the ladies were there, they were all five of them, I must say, commendations to them. Their attitude was good. They were also there to just offer up their services, and that's the attitude that we want from these ladies. So they're not weren't there just for themselves. They were also there to see how can we incorporate ourselves into what is happening. So as you know, it's a heavily volunteer initiative. So the ladies got together. Some of them were taking notes. Some of them were helping students and parents to move along the procedure after how we do moving from patient screening to ultimately seeing the doctors. So the ladies handle themselves quite well. They volunteered their time. They were very diligent with it. They engaged with community members. So it was a different opportunity for them to interact with community members and to show why they are queens within themselves. So that was the important and the impact that they brought. And I just want to say commendations to them.
I too want to extend commendations to all the ladies as well, being a part of community and really trying to be involved in a worthy cause. You wear a crown as well. So kudos to all of the ladies as well. And I want to ask you, David, from your perspective, how did having the contestants involved in the back to school fair compared to the prior years change the experience for the children or the families that were present that day?
So having them involved, one of the main thing was that we're dealing with young ladies. So that was an important element there. So having young ladies in a certain capacity dealing with community members and taking on somewhat of our leadership role, that was something quite important. So their interaction with the children, their interaction with the parents, it was one of maturity, and it create some form of ease toward the community members going forward. So, and remember, this was most of these ladies, if not all, it's the first time they're interacting with the community at large. Because prior to that, they would interact with one or two members and practice over at the community center. However, on this day, we're talking about over in excess of 70 different families coming, or children with both having parents. So ultimately, we're dealing with over 100 and odd people coming in and out, and a lot of directives. So having that element added to it, it created a balance between seeing youths being involved, and that's what we want for the community. Show that any initiative that we are doing as the organization, youth is also quite important. So having them be integral and involved in the process was something definitely great. And I must add that another reason why we decided to come on board is that in every initiative, it creates an opportunity for both the organization and for the entity hosting that organization. So it's something that we look at and we saw that it can create some connections. We were able to met with different persons, different sponsors that came on board, the judges that came. So we were familiar with some of the persons, and we ultimately made new connections with the others. So having the ladies coming to our third consecutive and their first back to school, it was something good. And ultimately next year, if we have it again, then we can invite the ladies to come on board again.
I love what I'm hearing. I'm hearing continuation sounds like a new trend that might be happening. And it's something that's lovely because when you think about it, I can only imagine how maybe other younger girls, they're going to school, they probably look at them, wearing their sash, if they were sashed, and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be like them when I grow up or join this pageant. I think seeing positive role models is what it's all about in community. And at the end of the day, yeah, every community needs a positive role model. So Deja Edwards commented, continue to help build Clarendon. And if these are the youth that are in charge and their team behind them, I'm pretty sure, Deja, it will happen. So, and don't be afraid to be involved in the movement too. I'm pretty sure if you go onto their Instagram pages or whichever social media platform they are waiting to also have help from other youths like yourself, Deja. So be involved in the process too if you feel so led. So thank you so much, David, for speaking with us about the back to school fair and how the ladies were involved. And we'll rope you back into the conversation a bit later, okay? All
All right,
right.
thank you.
You're welcome. So, going into ambassadors and a wider vision for CCAM, we have the PRO, Shajuane Davis, to speak with us. So, oh, wait, she's loading. Shajuane, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Awesome. So I'd love to talk to you because there has been some expansion that happened with CCAM, right? You have now new people on board, new ambassadors there ready to spread the word and the mission. So I'd love to ask, why was it important for CCAM to partner with the Clarendon Parish Youth Council on this project? And how will the role of the five newly adopted ambassadors for the Portland Bight Protected Area help to strengthen youth and community development in Clarendon?
Okay, so good night again, Miss Brown. So I'm going to answer your questions in two parts. So let's start with the importance of our partnership. Uh, well, you can say that the main importance is really because the both organization share the same objective, and that is really to enable young people into becoming leaders in their communities. So we needed this collaboration with the pageant. CCAM saw the opportunity and we seized it. And the pageant was made more than just an event. It actually became an opportunity for us to educate not only our ambassadors, but also the audience on sustainable development, on culture, and one of our favorite words here at CCAM, conservation. The, the combination, it started to make the pageant not only about fun, but it gave it a purpose. It allowed young people to now display their skills on how it is that they can preserve their parish and its natural resources. We also see this opportunity as not just a single pageant, but we want to make it a continuous program. So we were really happy that we had the opportunity to partner with the Clarendon Youth Council on their pageant. Now, with the excitement, on how it is that our ambassadors will help in protecting the Portland Bight. So, as you know, we have five ambassadors, and their main role is really to strengthen the youths, strengthen them in community development within our parish. And it's pretty easy. They they join the pageant as role models, and that's basically what they will still be doing as our ambassadors, being visible role models. They are basically inspiring other young people to take pride in their environment and their community. It's about making your voice heard through conservation, and this can be done when they go to schools, when they go to work, when they go to their various clubs. And it's about giving a voice to say that, hey, preserving our environment and developing our community is not really just about science. It's about knowing the culture, knowing the people, and of course, keeping your eye on the future. So the fact that we are raising environmental awareness, it is more powerful when it comes from persons that you can relate to. So when we have our ambassadors doing our initiatives or working on our projects, it reaches other young people who will get excited to say that, oh, hey, I saw my classmate, or I saw that young lady or young man within my community. They did a cleanup project and I want to do that next year, or I want to do that next month. So it drives awareness socially and also assists in the developing of our communities, which lead to the parish and on a wider spectrum, Jamaica itself. So we have our beach cleanup, for example, which is October 4th, and our ambassadors will be joining this initiative. They're very excited to join. They're asking a lot of questions on what it is that they will be expected to do. So having them on board, it connects CCAM to the broader community. It also allows us to inject new ideas with our locally led projects that we have coming up. And their activities will, as we said, promote youth involvement. It will give them the confidence that they need into being better and more responsible citizens within their community. And this will lead to a better future for the young people and the next generation to come.
Definitely. So you mentioned something that I want to spotlight here, Shajuane. You mentioned the power of relatability. And it's so true. If you feel as though you see someone who could understand possibly where you're coming from, when you see them working towards a goal, you feel as though I can do this too. So even
Yeah.
with the example of the beach cleanup, okay, they went there this year. By the way, October 4th coming up, they went there. I wanna join in. I wanna do that. I wanna be a part of this movement. So it's always good when we can model what we want to see in the world, right? So
Yeah.
amazing stuff. So I want to ask, how does CCAM see youth leadership initiatives like this pageant helping? You mentioned not just the parish, but on a broader scale, right? So Jamaica's goals for stronger communities and also protecting the environment.
Ah, okay. So CCAM sees youth leadership initiatives like this pageant as a powerful way to connect Jamaica's future leaders with the goal of building our communities and protecting our environment. And we see this being done by giving young people a platform to lead, to share their voices, their opinions, their ideas, showcasing their talents on how it is that as a young person, how can I make a difference within my community and to build my country? So the pageant, it allowed them to showcase their attractive smiles, their pose, their creative pieces that were done, but it all ties into the main purpose of the pageant, and that leads back to the theme: crowned in community, rooted in service. This simply tells me that they're giving back. It's about community involvement, and once the community is involved and once our youths are ready to give back, then this will lead into shaping our country. When when youths engage in these things, they not only develop confidence within themselves, but they are now augmenting on their leadership skills into carrying forth the messages that we here at CCAM want to send out. So, message of conservation. It strengthens bonds, both youth and community, and it promotes pride in culture and resources, and it supports Jamaica's vision of a society where people and the environment are both striving together. Uh, this initiative was not just a one-man thing. Mr. Daniels was actually at this year's Denby Showground, where he came to our booth, and I learned that he was the president of the Clarendon Youth Council. Right there, I got the idea, hey, I need young people to be ambassadors. I shared the idea with him, and he got into his little thinking element. His pageant is up. Why not let us extend it into something bigger, not just to add a name to our list to say you are now our ambassadors. Let's make it wide. So this opportunity is really about preparing for the future. So when we give young people the opportunity to showcase their leadership skills, when the older generation is now ready to pass on the baton, we are ready and focused into taking that baton because we are now equipped and ready to carry on and improve on the work that is already being done.
Awesome. It's all about changing the trajectory of the future by protecting our environment with these lovely five ambassadors that you have here. And it sounds amazing. And I'm not just talking about it, right? I have someone here right now. So the Longville Park Police Youth Club PRO is asking Shajuane if their organization can join and help with the beach cleanup.
Oh, yes. And I love that they commented because I have been trying to reach out to Longville Park for a while now.
Would you look at that? There she commented, Asha Gale Hetridge, Shajuane, can we join the beach? Clean
Sh-
up.
Sure thing, you can. So, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to reach out to you, or you could drop your social media handle in the comment section, and I'll send you all the criteria that you need. And we'll see you on October 4th while we clean up our beaches.
Lovely. And that's the thing that I adore about this space. The name says it all, Serenity Resource Connector.
Connect.
And some people were connected today. So I love that for you. And the beach cleanup, of course, on October 4th. But before I go, Shajuane, I just want to ask you one last question before we go into the group segment. So, working so closely with the young ladies, what has been something that surprised you or the most fun moment throughout this experience as you look back at it?
Well, in all honesty, what surprised me was their acceptance. I did not think they would have just liked the idea into being ambassadors because when you're young, you think that you don't know much or there's not much that you can do. But when the idea was shared with them, they hugged it. They were ready to play the part, ready to share with others what it is that they will be doing. They're just showing how passionate they are, wanting to know when the events will be, what time it is, um, how many, if all five of them can come at the same time, or will we be only doing individual initiatives. So their acceptance is really what got me. I love that. I love the fact that there are actually youths out there who are ready to make a difference for their community, themselves, and the environment.
Yeah, and if that's sounding like you, she just described you in a nutshell, reach out to them and be a part of something that is coming up so that you can be involved. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Shajuane. It was lovely hearing from your side of the story, how it all went for you. And we're going to bring back in everyone now. So we're gonna have a final reflection. We're gonna be talking, chatting it up, having a panel discussion. Before we get into that, Angel Angel Tia Thomas said, Clarendon youth continue to shine. It's a good look for the parish, and I agree with you there. It's definitely a good look. It's a lot of progressive things happening over here in Clarendon, so you have to stay tuned to SRC and, of course, to all of their social media platforms to see what's next. You don't have to just sit and watch us. You can take front seat and be a part of the movement and join them, right? So now we're going to be speaking to all of you. So each of you has seen this pageant grow into something bigger than a crown, right? Each of you have a different angle on the pageant. You had a different role in it. So in one sentence, what lesson or hope would you share with the young people of Clarendon about stepping into leadership and service? Anyone can go first.
All right, I think that's it for me. What I will say is that if you're young, You have the energy, you have the passion, you want to be involved. There is nothing stopping you. Youth leadership is not just for a group of persons, but it's for anyone who is interested. Once you're interested and you have the passion, you can definitely reach out. I'm pretty sure that you will get the reception that you need. And just start somewhere. You may never know where it'll take you.
Just have the
Okay, so
confidence.
I think I'll go next.
Oh, I'm sorry. You could go ahead, Sean.
Okay. All right. So adding to what Mr. Daniels just shared, my sentence would really be, as young people, don't be afraid to step into leadership. This only means that you're embracing responsibility, you're staying humble, and you're inspiring others through your actions.
And I'll I'll go and leave the queen for last. For me, I would say that youth leadership isn't what there isn't a specific definition of youth leadership. So it's how you want to perceive the space that you're in. It's how that you want to make an impact. So as a youth, if you're interested in showcasing your skill or showcasing or even learning and developing as a person, because youth leadership is also growing and developing as an individual. I would say that find your nearest organization or find an NGO, a youth led organization, get involved, and there are persons there doing the very thing that can help you. So don't be afraid, just put yourself out there, and someone will definitely accept you and need the help that you have to offer.
Okay, what I would say is that you don't need the resources in order to involve yourself as a youth because you are the resource. At the end of the day, youth leadership begins with the youth, and as youth, we're supposed to step up because at the end of the day, each of us have our specific gifts that we can contribute to ensure the empowerment of youth as youth ourselves.
Very motivating responses from everyone. Akima Brown says, "Big up, Kadie-Lee, mommy, daddy, and your siblings are super proud of you. Hashtag proud mom." And mom, let me tell you, her response a while ago, you don't need the resource to take part and be the change. You are the resource. And I want to put that on a t-shirt. So simply amazing. So if you could all leave our viewers with one action to take, whether it's supporting a community group or mentoring a young leader or joining an initiative, what would it be? We can't all go at once.
I thought we were following the same order.
Okay, Miss Brown.
Uh,
So I'll share my 2 cents on that.
Sure.
All right.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So you said that we should share one or give one takeaway, but why not all takeaways? Why not have them support all three? Because if it is that you should choose a community group, one small act can make a difference. However, if you should choose to mentor a young person, one kind word of encouragement could push that person to doing what it is that they were afraid of doing. It could be to join the pageant, it could be to join a youth club or to do an initiative. But I'll settle on one, and that would really be to join an initiative. Why? Initiatives really leads back to whether you are going to join a community group or you're going to mentor a young person, because this is where you choose to channel your energy and what it is that you're passionate about. Is it young people? Is it culture? Is it the environment? Is it conservation? But in all decisions, I would say I encourage youth to just support any local projects that you see in the parish, because when you strengthen yourself and your community, you are strengthening the environment, which leads to strengthening Jamaica.
Who's going next? Punchinella, little fella. Who's going next?
Okay. Just to piggyback on what Miss Davis has said, I don't believe that you can have one component without the other. Of course, once you get involved, there is going to be opportunities for mentorship. You will learn from someone, especially persons who are more experienced in the field, persons who are from different communities, different backgrounds, different, ways of life. You'll be able to learn so much, and so I don't believe that you can have one element more than the other. I think all three are very much important and they all have a relationship. And you just need to be involved for you to discover what that relationship is. I can tell you it is a great field, and I recommend everyone to just get involved in your community, no matter what your circumstances are. Join a youth club, join a beach cleanup, join a pageant, a community based pageant, whatever that you have at your disposal, take advantage of the opportunity and make it work.
Yeah, and I'll piggyback off of what Mr. Daniels and Miss Davis been saying. It's definitely something to put yourself out there. Though I don't think that it's anything negative. It's a learning curve. It's also a way for you to see something that you've never seen before. For instance, it's the first time that the pageant had taken place. Some of these ladies, it's the first time they're even performing at such magnitude in front of a packed stage of persons. Going forward, some of them, well, all of them are ambassadors now, so they hold some responsibility to show to others that this is what my involvement got me, and I'm continuing to shine. And ultimately it's a way to make yourself and your family and ultimately your community proud of what you're doing. So I would say that, and in alignment with the other two participants here, to say that all three is important. Get involved, ensure that you make yourself be the change that you want it to be, and by only way that you can do that is by getting involved. So everything there is important, and it's definitely an exciting and it's a learning curve for everyone there.
Okay, what I would leave is to get out there, as everyone is saying, but sometimes you don't need the initiative, you can farm on yourself. So the bright ideas that you may have, you can do it yourself with a little guidance from others who probably are more seasoned in the youth empowerment and involvement. So honestly, just get out there and do it. Confidence and bravery is all you need.
I agree with you there. Lovely, lovely advice you all gave. And Katie, I just want to piggyback off what you said. I saw something on social media that said, do it afraid. Do it afraid. Even if you're afraid, take that step and just go for it, and the path will make itself available to you. So, Termario, I want to close off by asking you to talk to us more about the pageant. You could acknowledge, your team that you talk so highly about, and you can speak to the viewers about the key elements of the pageant for anyone who is just eager and interested and want to know more. Fill them a little bit in about the pageant.
Okay. So for this pageant to take place, it really did take a village. We had everyone chip in, especially on um our planning committee, from our youth empowerment officer, Mr. Warren, to our vice president and our PRO, who were so instrumental in the overall coordination of the event. It could not have taken place without both of those two ladies, and I must appreciate them so much, Miss Anita Paul Manott and Miss Gabriela Matthews, the MOE, NYCJ, CCAM Foundation. So many persons came on and partnered with us, And it was not just a one-man situation, it was literally the community coming together and making this event what it was. Within this pageant, we also tried to create new experiences for these young ladies. So one of the things that we did not get a chance to speak about was the fact that these young ladies actually met with the mayor of Clarendon the week of the pageant. So as to let them know who the mayor is, let them have that kind of connection, speak more about themselves and the work that they've been doing in their communities. And it was such a beautiful courtesy call. We were able to have that experience. They also volunteered with the back to school treat at the Bucknor Multipurpose Community Center. And of course, they have been very much in attendance to a lot of our council events that we had concurrently at the same time. So I believe that this experience is not just one where you get up and you dressed and you go to the pageant on the night. This was something that was months of hard work and preparation towards the entire event.
So it's not just about dressing up and looking pretty, it's about community and service. And Tamara, just a quick question for anyone who wants to know about application processes. Is there a time frame, a date you can look out for next, maybe?
Okay, so it is going to be a yearly initiative. We are aiming for next year again. As for more information, it will be communicated on our social media platforms. The application process is actually not very hard. You'll just need to be a member of a youth club or a youth organization that is active, get them to support you, and you must be between the age ranges of 16 and 29.
So I hope everybody was taking notes. And if you weren't, that's fine because this live forum will be up for you to watch and replay time and time and time again. Not only for yourself, but to share with a friend or someone you think would benefit from this amazing information. So we're winding down to a close, but I must say thank you so much to our lovely guest. It was so nice having you on the platform, and we want to have you on again. We look always forward to having you guys here to share. When we hear the youth talk and we give you guys the microphone, it's never disappointing. It's always something that's empowering. So thank you so much for joining us. And to our viewers, how could we do it without you? Thank you for tuning in. To everyone who left a comment, who engaged with us, thank you. And we want to hear from you again. So what we've witnessed here is that this pageant and partnership really highlights how youth leadership is alive and well in Clarendon. It's not just about talk. It's there. If you check the credentials, it's there. Youth leadership, and it's all rooted in action. So whether it's mentoring, volunteering, or even protecting the environment, if you're an ambassador for CCAM, it's all about simply showing up to serve, and we all have a role to play. And we hope that today inspired you to not just sit in the back seat, but to go into the driver's seat and be a part of a growing movement. So this was your community development live forum held every fourth Thursday, and you can follow us across all our social media platforms at Serenity Resource Connector to know our posting schedules and anything that we have to share with you guys. And follow us along with everyone who joined here tonight. All of their social media handles that they mentioned, please follow them to keep up to date as well. And something else that you can look out for is our blog post on this particular forum. It will be posted sometime next week, which have all the key highlights from this forum summed up pretty nicely that you can share with others. But until next time, I'm Clevena Brown. Please continue to build, serve, and please lead with purpose. We hope you have a blessed rest of night. Thank you for watching.
The SRC Community Development Live Forum is brought to you on fourth Thursdays at 8 p.m. Visit our website at www.serenityresourceconnector.com and subscribe to receive our weekly blog post. Join us again on Thursday at 8 p.m. for Culture Corner with the JCDC. Thank you for watching.